Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Examine Resident Evil 5. This is episode 3. You all know who you are, and my friends, family, and cellmates know me as David. So, last time on Resident Evil 5, sorry, my throat's a little sore today, but I've got some stuff to drink on hand, so I should be fine for the most part. I'll try to avoid sort of clearing my throat into the mic. Last time on Resident Evil 5, Chris and Sheva had just battled their way through a little sleepy seaside part of Kajuju. They had gone through, I wouldn't exactly call it a shanty town, but a rundown section of town, been separated for a bit, fought a chainsaw-wielding maniac, and they had made their way through a train yard area infested by Magini and evil zombie dogs, and had just about to descend down a minecart into a mining area, which is where we'll be picking up today. So, in a second, just gonna start, make sure no one can join me, and let's begin. I'm just gonna do some quick organization here. Let's see, just gonna sell off some treasures, make sure I have full ammo, get a couple health items, take excess items away from Sheva so she has empty space. Sell those off for some treasure. Let's see, it's been a little bit since I did this. Okay, it looks like we're all ready to go. So, if you haven't noticed yet, the loading screens between sections all contain little tidbits about Resident Evil history. Okay, so back in the game. This is probably one of my least favorite parts of the game, especially playing by yourself, because you have to have one player who is carrying one character who's carrying a lantern in order to illuminate the way ahead for the other character. So what I'm doing here is, I know there's a treasure. This is one of the more difficult treasures to find in the game. This is a treasure on one of these posts that, usually when you find a treasure that's sort of embedded into the ceiling, which becomes a recurring theme going on, when you hover over it with your cursor, your laser pointer, it'll become illuminated like you're shooting an enemy, but this is the one treasure in the game where this is not the case, so it becomes incredibly difficult to find. I do not believe I actually find it here. As I was saying, I don't like this part in the game because one character has to pick up a lantern and is unable to defend themselves, and they have to illuminate for the other character, and this is just a very dark, confusing part of the game in general. It can be especially very hard to do as playing by yourself, which I'm as, because the AI is not that good about shooting the right spot. So here I am, because we were having some frustrations last time with Sheva, not combining herbs correctly. I'm going to try to take over for a bit, and whenever she picks up herbs, I'm going to try to mix them myself. Yes, that's what was going on there. Just took a little side passage there. Because even though I said this is a very confusing, you see right there, GPS unavailable, you don't have a little mini-map for this section. Even though this is a very confusing part of the game, I'm familiar with it. So now, of course we can't be alone for 5 minutes in this game. You can't go 5 minutes in this game without action. So, oh, and that guy's head popped with one of those whip-like, snake-like, spinny things. And Sheva is not doing a good job at all, is there? About illuminating. Yeah. So it's a little difficult. You can see sort of at the top of the screen there's another guy like waiting the wings, doing a little hokey pokey. And there he is. Yep. So shoot him in the leg. Let's see if I can quickly. Yep. Run up, uppercut him. Give some shotgun ammo. One bullet, he's dead. I think I mentioned that last time. Past couple times. That's a really useful part of this game for conserving ammo, especially early on, is the melee attacks. I see there's a treasure up there, so shoot it down. Yeah, so from now on, not all the, large part of the treasure going forward from this part of the game is going to be sort of embedded into the ceiling, and you're going to have to identify it and shoot it down. It's going to come up a couple times throughout this video, and a couple times where I'm going to be searching around for it, so, apologize if it's boring, sort of offhand. I think a lot of games have, just a lot of action games in general have similar sections to this, have mine sections where you just go underground for a little bit. And I think, you know, a lot of times it can be a little incongruous. This section, I think, is kind of, you know, again, I keep saying this, but I think it's clearly modeled off of a similar section of Resident Evil 4. Again, why aren't I just doing that game? But I think it's sort of clearly reminiscent of a section of Resident Evil 4. Maybe 2/3 of the way through the game. You're sort of in a castle area, and you descend down, and you realize that the castle is sort of built on top of a mining complex, which makes a lot of sense there. Sort of because, you know, that's been established. There's a mining complex in the game up to this point, but in this game it just sort of comes out of nowhere. And, you know, it'd be one thing if it was, you know, a fun section, but it's got this aggravation of, you know, there's no light everywhere. I think we're gonna be getting to a part. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. That's one of those treasures that's embedded in the ceiling. Oh my god. So did he just swing the axe at us, like with the pick part? Or sorry, I think it's a pick. Did he swing the pick part at us, or just hit us with the little head? Because it looked like we got hit with the head. Right? That wasn't just me. I think if a real person encountered all this, you know, it'd scare the hell out of them. You know, oh my god, that guy's got a whip coming out of his head. And when Chris, you know, fires 3 rounds, reloads. I like those little animations when you go by the dissolving. Oh, I don't think I mentioned that to this point. That when you kill enemies, their bodies dissolve. I think that's really weird and sort of out of tone with the rest. Like, I'm trying to think if it was in the again, that's something I'm certain that's in the Resident Evil 4. Oh no, Sheva, don't worry, we're fine. Just go pick up that ammo. Yeah, well, she's holding a lantern. Again, she can't help you at all. And again, you know, if you were playing as Sheva, Chris would be. Damn, I picked it up. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I must have pressed X when I meant to press B. But yeah, she. Oh, okay. So this is the part of the game. Yeah. Again, going back. This is from Resident Evil 2, where sometimes the ammo crates there are snakes inside the ammo crates, inside the crates. I don't know how they get there. Like, were they put there as babies and kind of like grow up inside? Because like, I don't know how you're supposed to, like how you'd handle like persuade a live snake to just like sit around in a box. But yeah, it definitely comes sort of, there's certain points, you know, it only comes like 4 times, but there's certain points in the game where it very much helps to just, you know, if you're gonna swing your knife to crash it, to open a box, double swing. Knee, uppercut, let's rush over, let's stomp him while he's down. Yep. They always, you know, you stomp, like, they always sort of reach up and try to grab you, like, you know, you're kicking the air out of them. That's their last gasp. Fall back down. Okay, so I saw if you're paying attention a moment ago, I saw a secret area. So, you know, sort of like what I was saying last time with the red barrels. You know, games always, you know, going back all the way to Doom. You know, games treating you, okay, if I see an area in the game, you know, that has, there's another snake. I actually think this is the only section of the game where they're in the crate, where there are snakes in the crates. I think it may disappear after this. I'm not entirely sure. But, you know, if you see an area with items, you know, you immediately think to yourself, okay, you know, I should be able to get there. So this is an interesting little part. So there's this crank here, you know, that has to have a character open it to open a gate. And, you know, if you've sort of, you know, I think, you know, if you have 2 brain cells thrown together, you can sort of tell what's going to happen. Yeah, as soon as you rush through, that guys, you know, who just come from nowhere, you know, they just rush in, and crap, I forget what you have to do here. I forget if you have to if you just kill enough of them, then eventually that will open, or if it's the case that you have to rush forward into the cavern, turn another crank. I think it's, yeah, okay, yep, so that's the case. But yeah, me sort of futzing around there just meant that I just wasted a bunch of machine gun ammo. I wish it kind of, you know, I don't necessarily want the game to tell you exactly what to do. I wish it would kind of tell you a bit better, you know, what you're supposed to do there. This is a nice little set piece. You know, you rush into this sort of mining complex, and all these guys just come out of nowhere, and you have to take care of them. This is kind of a long. I actually take a long little while to do this. I don't know say a long time, but a while to do this because because I know there's a couple treasures sort of hidden here on objects. So usually if you're smart, you kill everyone, then you do the item cleanup. But for some reason I was getting really impatient at some point, so eventually I sort of abandoned the main battle and just started running around. So it hasn't happened yet, but as you go in here, there's the flash grenade. Flash grenades. I don't know why I paused there. Oh, it's because I'm using a 360 controller, and the battery died. Okay, yeah, so just swap out the battery pack, swap out the batteries, and reconnect the controller. And I should be able to get, so it doesn't look like I'm getting connectivity with it, even though, it's recognized I have it. I can't move things around. So let's see. Oh, okay, something happened. Yeah, okay, yep. So restart, oh no, I'm back to keyboard now. Okay, let's see. Oh, you got the controller mapped back. Do I have control? Yes, I do. Okay. Apologize for that. If something like that happens again, maybe I should just edit that out. No, because I think it's it is like, that'd look kind of weird. I just like edit out, like, just jump around. I think I'll leave that in. Because that's the experience of playing this game. It can be, I'm giving you the full experience of playing the game. Sometimes, especially when you're playing on PC, especially in you have some background program running and it'll come up and just confuse you. Yeah, so that guy blew up right next to me and I'm perfectly fine. I find that very funny. What was this thing? Oh yeah, flash grenades. So flash grenades have two purposes. Maybe I've said this before. They'll stun enemies momentarily. So you can, sort of do a lot of melee. Oh, that guy just threw some dynamite. So you can run up and do melee attack. Or if you're attacking a mutated enemy, like one of the guys who's got like those whip snakes out of their head, or there are a couple other enemies that we'll encounter later in the game. If you use one, it'll automatically kill them. Okay, so I think I'm gonna futz around here for a minute. Because I know there's a treasure on that thing, but I don't entirely know where it is. Yeah, so screw the wrench guy. Who does he think he is? Jack from BioShock? Or the character from System Shock 2? Oh, break the guy's neck. It wasn't Saddam Hussein this time, so. I know it's on one of those little, I don't even know what to call those, spokes? Like it's the center, it's like the center of the wheel on your bike. Yeah, so there's like guys with dynamite all around, but all I'm concerned about is where's my treasure, damn it. I need my gold, I need my money. Oh, there it is, I see it now. Okay. Yes, again, I'm recording this after I've already played through it, so David in the present saw this, but David in the past playing this game didn't see that treasure. I wonder if you saw it, viewer? I wonder if I find it. I think I find it. I think that's the one I find. There's another one. There's the one very early on that was sort of hidden that I said about that I couldn't find. And there's another one that I'm fairly certain I don't find later that I've spent some time looking for. Oh, just one of those little gameplay things. If you stop listening to me for a second, you hear there's like a sort of music that plays whenever there's enemies around. In the older Resident Evil games, like 1 up through the Resident Evil remake, music playing in the background is sort of just like background ambiance music would signify that there are no enemies around. It's safe. But from Resident Evil 4 onwards, when there's music, especially this like action music, sometimes there'd be like background music playing, that would signal that there's enemies around. So when there's no music in these later action-oriented games, that means it's safe. But in the earlier ones, when there's no music, it means that there's enemies about. This is gonna be really boring to watch me spend 2 minutes. I feel like it's already been me just sort of cursoring over, and it's like playing it. Ah, there it is. It's like playing like an old adventure game where you have to go pixel by pixel, look at what you can interact with. Yeah, this is gonna be really boring. I apologize for this. This is a waste. This is a waste of your precious time. I feel like I should do something to make it up to you viewers. Don't know what. but I'll find something. Oh, yeah, so I know there's another treasure that is affixed atop one of the entrances to this tunnel system, but I can't remember exactly where it is, so I'm gonna waste some more of your time looking for it. Okay, so there are no guys shooting at me in here, so where are the rest of the guys? Because the music's still playing again. Oh, are they down that other tunnel? Yeah, they're probably down this other tunnel. Yeah, so let's go down here. What are those? Are those sandbags or garbage bags that are around the set? Okay, so guy's got a crossbow. It takes like 2 minutes. Oh crap! That's get dynamite. Run, 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 run. Shoots it on him, stay in the head. He hits me with his whip thing. Why does that guy take so long to aim? I bet on higher difficulties, which actually I probably at some point I probably actually knew. You know, whether or not on higher difficulties they fired faster. But I bet on higher difficulties they don't take as long to like line up their shots. Yeah, so let's just waste some ammo shooting that guy. Yep. Is the music still playing? So is there someone still alive? Let's just admire the detailing of the slide on that gun for a sec. Is someone still alive? Where? Is it? Am I going back to find? No, I'm going back to see if I can find that treasure. Yeah, I'm examining the ceilings and thinking, okay, is it affixed to the top of that, above that entrance, or is it in the ceiling here somewhere? I'm fairly certain it's above one of the entrances. Yes, I'm gonna go up and turn around. I'm gonna check. Yeah, this is the thing in Resident Evil. Again, not, you know, I guess it's a fair criticism, you know, because these are things, you know, as I said in the last episode, yeah, you don't need them to win, you know, to do well at the game, but they're kind of they're necessary to help you do better. In Resident Evil 4, the treasures had a very clear blink, you know, white light that they, you know, reflected very well. But in this game, you know, it's because you're in sort of bleached out, lighted areas so often, it can be a little hard to find them. Yes, I'm just giving up on that treasure, and let's just go up. Nice pre-rendered scene. What's this? Yeah, if I was playing on the Xbox, it would take a bit longer to load, so I'd actually get to read those loading screens. Okay, I can't go over there right now, but I know I can later because I saw stuff over there. So it means I saw stuff there. It means I have to be able to go there, right? That's what that means. This is dangerous. Giving Sheva 2 green herbs. She can mix them and give us a green herb instead of green red herb. Cutscene time. It was a very incongruous jump to a cutscene. Like halfway through a step, it just jumped. Actually, I think the cutscene started off us lower on the staircase than where we were.
So you must be Irving.
Does anyone ever phrase? Honestly.
You think this is a joke?
Oh my god. I can't take that guy seriously.
Oh, I'm not like
Listen to his accent.
businessman with standards.
Drop the weapon.
Where's he supposed to be from?
How about you drop yours?
That's not even a question. That's just like a declaration. It's like he's just like he's not even like asking. He's just offering an alternative. Yeah, seriously though, like who cast that guy? His accent is all over the place. Slow motion. Are those combat high heels? I think those are combat high heeled boots. Oh, it's Bird Lady from earlier. Masked Bird Lady. Chris doesn't even seem like that upset by it. He was like mildly perturbed. Like, damn it. It's like he like stubbed his toe or something.
Looks like Irving has a partner.
Irvin has a partner. Like, is she supposed to be from like some country in Africa, New Zealand, or Australia? Because that was a very like Australian delivery there.
Look at this.
His pornography. Yep. Look at all that kitty porn.
Oiled field.
That's terrible.
That's in the marshlands.
The oil field, because there can be only one in all of Africa.
Chris here. We located her.
And action segment. Even though we didn't see any other guys during that cutscene,
Heading for an oil field in the marsh.
the music starts because there's action. Oh, it's really loud. That's a very funny like gameplay narrative there's this very funny gameplay narrative distance there, where like Chris is holding a conversation on the radio, and is also telling Chev like pick things up, shoot that guy in the head, his head blows up. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how guns work. Oh, what? Get an achievement? Yeah, I popped a ton of enough people's heads. So there's a guy in a, I don't know, mounted machine gun out there. We'll take care of him in a second. That was kind of a waste of a rifle round. That was very close. Yeah, I don't know how it works in real life, but I don't know if people's heads explode like that. It makes for a good game. Nice, satisfying. Okay, so I made a mistake here. Oh, Saddam Hussein, he's got me back for shooting his head last time. He's coming at me back with a pickaxe. I hit that guy in the clavicle with the rifle round, and he's perfectly fine. That's video game biology for you. Why am I standing right there? Yeah, so I know here that there's another rifle in this building that I can pick up. I'm not going to use it, but this is a little... I think a second ago I pressed up against some cover. This is one of the sections with some context-sensitive cover. And this is... Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to give that to Shevin. She can use it for a bit. The Dragnov SVD. It's a semi-automatic rifle. You know, fine on subsequent playthroughs, but on this first one, I just usually stick with the... Okay, so there's the guy. Get him. Did I get him? Yeah, I got him. I think she killed him, but she said to me, good work. Because she's just going to waste her ammo. You know. She's... I like all the commands. It's got stand up, not exit. You know, stand up. I don't really... You know, this gets sort of into a bigger debate, you know, about context-sensitive cover in general, instead of just, you know, yeah, especially in shooter games, instead of like just throwing yourself, you know, like behind, you know, a piece of concrete. Like, you know, it's the difference between like Gears of War and say, you know, Call of Duty series, which I think both series have their fault. But you know, in Gears of War, you can only take cover in the designated cover-taking spaces, where in Call of Duty, you know, you just throw yourself behind a pillar. I think it's an interesting debate. I don't know, debate, I don't know is the right word. Because we're sort of, you know, we've exited the mines now, but this is sort of like a, I don't even know, like a processing plant above the mines. I have no idea how the area we're in, okay, I really need that one rifle round. I have no idea how the area we're in right now relates to the rest, you know, to the, like, the earlier, you know, because it's like, we started off in the towns, you know, town area, where, like, the town square, like, the executioner and, like, that, like, rally of the townspeople, and now we just, like, you know, skip to, you know, now we're in this mining area, and it's like, sometimes it's, you know, I think in a game, you know, especially, you want the sense of, you know, you started in place A and ended up in place B, and you're not even sure, you know, like, how you got there. You know, you don't even feel that there's a change, but you want it to feel organic, whereas this very much feels like, okay, set piece, set piece, set piece, set piece, set piece. You know, let's mix the herb, let's give Shevar our rifle, and let's get it back. You know, set piece, set piece, set piece. You know, just boom, 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 one after the other, not without a lot of linking between them. And that's just gonna get worse from here on out, honestly. Like, you know, I'm complaining about it now, but like, you know, starting the next video, it's gonna be like, how the hell did we end up here? Okay, so that's that giant machine gun. You know, it's attached to a truck. You know, and rather than, you know, taking, you know, commandeering the truck with the machine gun on the back, you know, using that to mow down these guys, you know, driving forward, just leave it there. Treasure up there. I didn't see that treasure because, you know, the small light it gives off isn't enough to see against the backdrop. I just knew the treasure was there. I think this may be the longest ladder in the game. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it is. It's not nearly, if anyone's ever played Metal Gear Solid 3, which is a game I may get to at some point, there is a comically long ladder in that game that probably takes you 3 minutes. Oh god, she's coming at me with an herb. Thanks, Sheva. Not gonna need that later at all. I actually am, because I know what's coming up. That guy's just standing there, just, you know, waiting for us to approach. Well, you know, I guess they're supposed to be zombie, you know, or Magini, or, you know, something, so, like, it kind of makes sense they're not entirely smart, but still, I mean, come on. That cannot be good on the shins. Like, that was like a 6 foot, that's like a 6 foot drop right there. 8 foot drop, that's tough. Oh, quick cutscene to tell us that there's some stuff coming up. You know, like, why doesn't this game... Okay, there's a guy up there. And now, if you pay attention in the upper left... Yeah, you see that blinking thing right there? Let's shoot that. That's treasure.
I'll cover you from up there.
You know, like, was that cutscene really necessary? Like, I'll cover you from up there. Give me a hat. Her accent is like all over the place. Everyone's accent in this game is all over the place. You know, just vague ethnic people. You know, not ethnic to be, you know, race. Okay, that guy's... Can I shoot it out of his hand? Yeah, that's the thing you can do. You can shoot dynamite out of their hand or in midair. But in the worst case scenario, the dynamite in this game is like 15-second fuses, so you can just run past it. Oh yeah, that cutscene. I keep harping. I keep meaning to say something about it. But like, it didn't tell us anything like is important. It just showed us like the next area. So I feel like every time I open the door, should there be like a cutscene? Should there be a cutscene? You know, we just knocked down Saddam Hussein in the back of the head. By the way, that guy's a hillbilly. That guy's those two guys are from Deliverance. You know, gotta show the hillbillies, you know, who's boss. Ah, Saddam Hussein's back. And he blew himself up. I can make a macabre joke, but I'll rise above the temptation. I'll rise above it. Oh, there wasn't a little prompt there. Or is that the Saddam Hussein? The two guys, they both kind of look... It's the mustache. Honestly, that's what it is. It's the facial hair and the haircut. Stomp his head in. Yeah, it's... Oh, man, so many heads get blown off in this game. You know, like that should be like something like, you know, if you want like ratings on video games that matter, like you shouldn't have things, you know, like violence, language, you know, sexual content. You should have things, you know, like main character curb stomps, you know, bad guys with repeated frequency. Heads explode routinely. You know, if that's what, like, I think I got hit, thrown back by that dynamite connecting, like hitting me, not the actual explosion of the dynamite. Didn't that, like, the dynamite explode? That's another thing for the back of the, you know, for the MSRB rating on the game. You know, game gives instills misconceptions of effects of high explosives. You just want to make sure I'm reloaded here before we knock down this. There's a thing. I think it's like a dumpster. It's a dumpster blocking our progress, and we're gonna knock it down and go into a little area over there. Investigate.
It's too heavy.
Twice. You know, because once was, you know. Did she? You know, I couldn't see her. I wonder if she actually moved her lips. I should do that. This little. Okay, that just knocked it down. Uh-oh, this can't be good. There's ammo pickups and health pickups. There's only one thing this could mean. End of level. Or boss fight. It has to be one of those two. You didn't have to use that health. If we were in a cutscene, how can you tell? Well, besides the fact that the graphics just got a lot better, because they only have one gun. Huh. Bats. Is Bruce Wayne around? No? We're gonna get the next best thing. We're gonna get a BOW fight! Yeah, those guys look really qualified to, So did they intentionally, like, take that corner really hard like that? Or was that an accident? I'm very curious, actually. So this... I think we got a quick glimpse of what's inside of there. My huge head-sized biceps are tingling. BOW says tingling. Urge to kill rising. This could be my favorite enemy in the game. Ooh, slime. Slime is never good. You see it? Hey guys, how's it going? Ooh yeah. So this thing is technically it's called I think Popo Karamu. P-O-P-O-K-A-R-I-M-U. That's the answer to your question, Chris. But if we're being realistic, it's Batbug. You know, I mean, come on. It's Batbug, right? It's Batbug. How are you sure he's responsible? What is going on in your mind where you're making... I mean, besides the fact that you, that you saw Irving and then you saw that. It's like, you know, Chev, in your mind, like, you know, like, let's say you're getting, you know, like, you take a shower, you know, like, you're at home and getting ready for the morning. You know, like, let's say you make yourself eggs, right? You make yourself eggs for breakfast. And then you go outside and there's a car crash, and you're like, I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm sure the eggs are responsible for the car crash. And that's the type of logic Chev is working on right there. Okay, so what you have to do here is, I just picked up some landmines. And basically what you have to do is, you just set the landmine, so, Bug Bat, or was it Batbug? I forget. Oh, quick time event. I failed. I think I said Batbug actually. Batbug. So what you have to do is you have to place them on the ground and lure him over them. And because you can see he's sort of got a fleshy underside and a hard armored carapace. What you do is you have to lure him over the mines. And when he goes over them, yeah, they'll blow like that, and then he'll fall on his side, and you have to shoot sort of the fleshy carapace underneath. And this is a bot, you know, kind of like the boss battle, I think 2 episodes ago against the Ouroboros enemy. This is a boss battle that actually requires some strategy. At the very least, there's a bit of thought going on here. Oh yeah, every now and then he'll take off. And he sort of, you know, I don't think I get a good shot of him anytime, but he sort of like hovers in the air with like his fleshy underside exposed, and you can hit him, yeah, like right there, and you can hit him when he comes flying at you. For the most part, it's better to just plant landmines and just lure him over. I think it takes, you know, if you pump, you know, shotgun rifle rounds into him, it'll probably take 3 or 4. But yeah, like the Ouroboros boss, this is a boss battle that actually takes, you know, a bit, strategy maybe the wrong word, because I think it's very clearly telegraphed what you have to do. But it takes a, you know, a bit of thought going into it, more so than just, you know, shoot the weak point. You know, shoot the glowing weak point, which a lot of battles in Resident Evil games in general, and this game in particular, especially after this one, sort of just descend into. You know, just shoot the glowing point. Don't, you know, don't have any thought, because, you know, as an internet critic that I respect a lot, you know, if you guys are familiar with the zero punctuation videos, Yahtzee from those videos, you know, I respect his views on a lot. He says, you know, a lot about boss battles. You know, boss battles in games should, you know, boss enemies should not just be, you know, a regular enemy who, you know, is eating some Nutri-Grain bars and has like 2 more life, you know, has like a life bar. A boss battle should, you know, be a final test that sort of, you know, it makes you think, and, you know, makes you think and devise a strategy. And, you know, this is very clearly, you know, not just an enemy who, you know, with more health. Yeah, I mean, certainly has health. But, you know, you have to sort of think about how you have to get at him. Whereas, you know, later in the game, you know, some enemies will just basically descend down to, you know, just pump magnum rounds into him. You know, that being said, I don't think this is a particularly sort of inventive, thought-provoking, boss battle. You know, it's just simple, you know, just lure him over a thing, that thing will blow up, and then he'll be vulnerable. And so that's sort of as basic as boss battles get. Basically, it's, you know, they're invulnerable, fulfill some requirement, then they're vulnerable, and shoot them a lot. You know, it doesn't get much more simple than that, really, for a, you know, boss battle. I'm trying to think of it as a... Oh. And, it, you know, again, you know, no indication whatsoever how much damage you dealt to him. And then all of a sudden, he's just done for. And it cuts to a cutscene. And he escapes. Oh yeah, that'll do a lot. Oh, he didn't escape. Who will fight the Joker now? Not Batbug. He's done for. Or is he? Dun 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 dun. I guess you could say I swatted a fly. Puts on sunglasses. Yeah. I mean, Chris should totally have had a one-liner there, but he didn't, because he sucks. And then we get on this Jeep, or I guess Hummer, with random supporting NPC character, I don't know what we're up to now, 8? 9, who appears out of nowhere. And the guns in the back of the truck should not be, should not foreshadow at all anything. Don't worry about them. Accuracy 68.6%. BS. I totally hit more than that. Tip here: don't going into this next chapter. You don't have to worry at all about doing anything to your weapons because they won't be important. Your weapons won't be important.
Yes, but there will be other opportunities.
What'd you hear about?
Headquarters.
Like, who told you about? Like,
There's a high probability
I mean,
that Irving is on his
because
way to an oil
Chev
field
and
in the
Chris were the
marshlands.
ones who lost him.
We're rejoining
So like that'd be like
Texas
saying,
and
so we lost, like Sheva say to him, we lost Irving. The guy says, I heard about Irving, tough break. I just told you about it. Oh, guys on motorcycles. That cannot be good. Oh, great. It's the requisite turret segment. This can be either really hard or really easy. And that sort of depends on two things. What system? Oh yeah, and every now and then. This section can be really hard or really easy. So basically what's happening is you're on this back of this Hummer. Yeah, I'm just gonna pause for a second here. So Stone, who we captured last episode, Josh, basically is decrypting some data, saying that most of the town's local people have been infected. And there's a big gathering of them up ahead, so you have to get there. So basically what your head is, you're on the back of this Hummer for this level, manning some guns. And for this first part, you're being attacked by guys on motorcycles. And this can be really difficult, especially on the PC, because the, what's it called, reticule is very small. So you can really have a hard time lining up your shots and really wreck your accuracy. Oh, and then every now and then there are those quick time events that I think are just completely pointless, because basically all you do is just press it a lot and you just hold on. Like sometimes quick time events are like useful, like Gears of War used it, I think, pretty cool. Their little active reload system, but that's just dumb. It's just like, no, that one. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure how life works in here, but basically, your gun, if you can see in the bottom right corner with the image of the gun, as I fire it, the red bar sort of fills up the center image, and that shows how much heat it has. If it overheats, we've stopped firing. But besides that, this is basically a very, very like boilerplate turret segment. I remember when this game first came out, like this was sort of one of like the really cool, like, oh man, isn't it awesome? Like we have this alternate gameplay style like in the middle of the game. But now it's just like this is just a segment like every single shooter game has in it, and like some games do it so much, few games do it so much better. Or like don't make like a big set piece out of it, just make it part of the main game. You get like Gears of War. And the drivers, but how are they hearing the driver? Because like, he's, if you hear the guys on the radio, they have like a very distinctive tone to their voice. But like he's just like right next to you, like on the couch talking to you. But they're like high speed, open air Hummer, firing these huge machine guns. Like he should not be that clear to hear. And he's making dumb jokes the whole time. Basically, I don't like him. And thankfully, we may not have to put up with him for that much longer, hint hint. Because he's a support NPC in a Resident Evil game, so we know. And if you pay attention to the last episode, you know what usually happens to those guys. Red barrels! Always shoot the red barrels. Red barrels always explode. Why they were there at that roadblock, I have no idea. Nice! What was even, like, why didn't they just drive through that roadblock? I don't know. But this is, the first time I put this, I thought this was a pretty cool segment. Now I just think this is boring, just a bad way to break up the game. Yep. No, I mean, honestly, like, there's not a lot to say about this segment that I haven't had, from a Loading screen. And now we go into a quiet little abandoned seaside town. Doesn't see a lot of foot traffic. Many fabulous bed and breakfasts. Who could have done this? The United States government. That's who. But Chris doesn't want to let Sheva know his radical left-wing views of politics, so he just keeps it to himself. Oh yeah, let the nameless guy go out, not the two hardened agents. That can't be good. It's a T-Rex. Chris has seen Jurassic Park. He knows what to be afraid of. Was that our Helmer? I'm not entirely sure. It is a T-Rex. Oh no, worse, it's the Rancor. Oh, it's not the Rancor. It's Nedusu. Nedesu. Ndesu. Resident Evil 4 is El Gigante. Yep. Another Resident Evil 4 enemy updated for this one. Lazy. Explicit language, people. Wait, he just hit them and they just ran, like, I could have sworn he hit them. I don't have to put up with these losers anymore. Why? What'll that do? Oh, guns. That's Chris's answer to everything, isn't it? If you'll notice, wow, Sheva, how poignant of a remark. If you'll notice, he has a belt that's just the Delta team member thing. So basically, the goal here, shoot him in the head. Just keep shooting him. If you shoot him in the head, his attacks will falter. And eventually this will happen. Parasites will burst out him. Shoot the parasites, and another weak point will be exposed. Can't get really more any boilerplate than this. Shoot the weak points. Oh yeah, archers, crossbowmen will appear every now and then. Oh yeah, and once you shoot the smaller parasites, the big one will pop out of his back. How did, like, I really am really curious how this thing got created. Like, I want to know, who took the time to say, okay, so like, we get a dude, and then like we make him big, and then like we put parasites in, but we have to make sure that the parasites can pop out and pop back in. That is vital. Why? Why is that vital? Well, so if he gets into a fight, like, they'll pop out. They gotta pop out. I don't know why they have to pop out, but they do. Yeah, you can see he's got, like, I don't know, like, wounds or something, so, like, they can just pop out. But, like, if you are a megalomaniac, owner of a terrible bioweapons corporation, I don't think I would engineer my weapons with weak points, would you? These are the questions that keep men awake at nights. The answer is no, of course you wouldn't, because you're not an idiot. But whoever made this guy is. That's the other thing, like, you never, like, I mean, especially, watching a movie, playing a game, I don't need to know the answer to everything, I can watch The Godfather, and I'm smart enough, to sort of make leaps myself to figure out, what's going on. But it's like when you're playing, a B action game like this, it's got certain sensibilities. Like, you expect everything to be told to you. It's like you never learn like where this thing comes from. And he's dead because of the thing on his back paw, which is apparently keeping him going. But you had no reason to know that. Like, for all you know, that could have just been like, if you blew that up, he'd just get stronger. It'd be so funny if he just popped right back up. Alright, these are the guys that Sheva knew and she was friends with. Cliche, get the dog tags.
Where are you, Josh?
Military-like organization, cliche number 275.
You don't have to do this. You can still back
Oh,
up.
and now we get Chris's motivation.
I've got a purpose.
2.5 hours into the game.
For goodness sake. Chris, look around. We should both get the hell out of here.
I'm not here just for the mission.
What
Would
are
have been
you
useful if we had
talking
known this at the beginning of the game, Chris, to understand why you were doing the things you're doing.
I was still alive. At first, I didn't know what to think. But when I saw the data file
Or,
from the Delta team, I knew
maybe 45 minutes into the game.
Jill is still alive.
what it her accent's all over the place. And Chris's Chris's acting is so like, we're partners, I'm sure. No emotion except gritty, determined guy. The actor who's playing him is trying to do a Clint Eastwood thing. Why do we have that cut there? What did that cut do? Why does he have to do this alone again?
I don't have much time. I have to.
I don't think it's really explained. Because he says,
I'm going with you.
why did my control scheme change the
There are
keyboard
people
mouse?
that are dying here.
Are you sure about this?
Her lip sync's really off, isn't it?
You were ready to cut
His lip sync's really off. I'm just noticing how bad the lip syncing is. But their lips are like really floaty.
From here on in, it's just us.
Oh, I don't because this is a Japanese game originally, right? So the lip sync was the Japanese dialogue. That's why the lip sync is floaty. Yeah, I think this is the cutscene I mentioned at the very beginning of the first video, where Sheva's whole character is introduced and then resolved in a single span of like a minute. The whole conflict. So, does the top of that look clipped to anyone else? How did I still get I had better accuracy now this mission with the widely inaccurate gun than last mission with my precision guns. How the hell did that work? That's not fair at all. Yeah, this is the cutscene I was mentioning. I think of that. Okay, what the heck happened? Did I skip a cutscene there? I think I skipped a cutscene. Oh, okay. So I know what I'm doing. So, at this point in the game, you've gone through 2 chapters. Now, you're probably a little low on ammo. So what I would recommend doing is go through and play the first level on amateur with your upgraded weapons. And basically just farm for ammo. Which is what we're going to be doing here. Let me see. I go through this twice. I do this twice. So I'm trying to I'll leave You know what, I think I'll just cut the video here actually. Yeah, so basically the rest of the video so when we start next time, I will have gone through this first level twice, and I'll farmed ammo and a bit of gold. So that's where we'll pick up next time. Thank you for watching episode 3 of Let's Examine Resident Evil 5. As always, leave a comment below if you're into that sort of thing. Give me some feedback, what you liked, what you didn't like, and just let me know. I hope these videos are improving a bit. I think this one was I think my last 2 were a bit better. Not feeling as well today, but not to make excuses, but I definitely think that this was a little bit of a drop in quality from the last one. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.